So come on, let it go, just let it be. Why don't you be you and I'll be me? Everything is broke, leave it to the breeze. Why don't you be you and I'll be me? So come on, let it go, just let it be. Why don't you be you?
Sweetheart Ladybug pattern, guys. This one is so adorable. So I have an introductory video where I go over all the materials, including the pattern in general. But I'm going to be using a perfect phasing from Bernette. You can get this from Amazon. All material links in the PDF. But this is perfect phasing right here, and we're going to be using the darker shade that's right in the middle. It comes in a cake, and I just want to kind of show off this beautiful yarn right here, and then regular chunky black yarn from Amazon. And then we're going to be using faux fur, or I'm going to be using faux fur to add the polka dots and the split for the wings, which the split for the wings is an option, just like adding the legs is optional. So very much a changeable pattern right here where you can exclude. But I wanted to go and have a little bit of fun with it and use faux fur. Again, all the material links are in the PDF. We're going to want a glue gun and some scissors. So, like I said, I'm going to be using the darker shade of the perfect phasing. And I really recommend this yarn. It's basically Joann's right here. Everything's the same. It's just sold on Amazon. So beginner pattern here, and we're basically going to do a heart. So I'm teaching you how to do a heart, and you can do it as a standalone, and it's really easy to make a big heart or a small heart. So we're going to start off with the small tail, and we're going to go ahead and make our slip knot, and we're going to be casting on 2 loops. So you're going to want to knit tight, starting with your foundation chain, the 2 loops we're going to cast on, because this is like the bottom point of the heart where we're starting. So go ahead and cast on 2 loops, nice and tightly knitted. And if you're using the velvet yarn, because you want the velvet version, you're really going to be knitting super, super tight. Now we're going to pull the working yarn right through that last loop we made. And then right on the back, you're going to fill for a stitch. And it's going to be kind of really blended, especially if you're using the perfect phasing or even the velvet yarn. But there's going to be like a stitch. I'm kind of having a little bit difficult here searching for it. And I didn't want to edit this part out because I want to show you that it can be difficult to find this stitch. But there is going to be a tiny little opening. And that's where you're going to pull the working yarn through. So I'm trying to show you right here. And keep it tightly knitted. So if you have fingernails, that's a plus. And just squeeze that working yarn right through. So it's going to be looking something like this right here. And then we're going to go ahead and knit through that slip knot stitch we did. And you should have 3. Like a 3-leaf clover. It should look something like. And so see, this perfect phasing just really blends it in, blends in your seams. That's wonderful. But it can be challenging when you're beginning this part right here. And this is the point of the heart. And we're going to be doing 2 halves. So now you're going to knit back. And you want to knit tight. I want to emphasize that you want to just keep this really, really tightly knit, especially if you're using velvet super bulky size 6. And so we're going to go back around. So that's 2 rows knitted. Right? This is the second row. So this is 2 rows knitted at 3 loops. Now follow the PDF if you need to. Now this is a 3rd row, and we're going to increase it on both sides to get 3 to 5 loops now. like I said, follow the written pattern as your reference guide, because the pattern is going to be going 2 3 2 3 2 3 and increasing every 2 or 3 rows. So now we should have 5 loops at the end of the 3rd row. That's 1 2 3 4 5. Now that was considered, counted as 1 row. And then now we're going to go back down for 2, and then we're going to go again for 3. And this is just like expanding out your heart. Now there is no rhyme or rule to how to knit these loops going higher, building up your heart in the first half. But this is how I did the pattern. And so now we're going to go back down again the 3rd time for 5 loops. So this will be considered the 5th row. And like I said, just follow the written pattern specifically for the heart section. For the section 1 or section 2, I believe it's on the PDF. So now we went 3 times at 5 loops. Now we're going to do it 2 times, and we're going to increase. We're going to increase on both sides. We're always going to be increasing on both sides until we get to the 12th row. So we're going to take 5 loops now, and we're going to increase it to 7. Increase on both ends. And we're only going to knit this for 2 rows. So every time you start a new row, the new pattern, so it's going to be 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 3, you're going to be increasing twice until you get to the 12th row. So it's going to be an odd number going all the way up until you get to the 12th row. So now you should have 7 loops. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And now we're going to knit 1 more time for 7 loops. And then we're going to increase again and knit for 3 rows for 9 loops. And then 10, 11, 2 loops, and the 12th row, just 1. So again, you should only have 7 loops. And now we're going to be increasing 2 times on both ends. Take it from 7 to 9 loops. Again, it's going to just always be an odd number going all the way up. And we're going to knit for 3 rows, going back to 3, and then going back to 2 rows. And so again, it can be a little bit confusing. If it is, just follow the written pattern. This is just simply how I designed a building up the heart here. And this is going to make, using regular chunky yarn, a small to medium. If you're using the loops and threads, you're going to notice it's a medium to large. If you're using the beautiful velvet yarn, you're going to notice that it is small. And it is super adorable and cute. It's like a Beanie Baby. Especially if you're going to make it heavy weighted. Which you should have saw the introductory video. I go over that. So, coming up to the end, you should have 9 loops. Go ahead and count. To always double check. Make sure you have 9 loops. Once you're good to go, knit 2 more rows. Just basic knit for the 9 loops. And that's what I'm going to do here, keeping it really nice and tight. I highly recommend to try this pattern using velvet yarn. I have the materials, direct links to the exact same brand where I got it. It just really makes like a Beanie Baby, especially if you make it heavy weighted. I call it like a pampered one. Real luxurious. Okay, so that was 2 rows. Now I'm going to do 1 more row at 9 loops. Keeping it very nice and tight. And then if you understand the pattern, you got it. Right after we knit the 3rd row at 9 loops, you're going to increase it to 11 loops and knit for 2 rows. 12th row is where it changes just a little bit. So here you go, I'm showing you. I'm going to increase it now from 9 to 11 loops. And I'm only gonna knit for 2 rows. So when you increase it, that's considered row 1. And then I'm gonna knit 1 more row at 11 loops. So I'm trying to keep it really simple here. And when we get to the 12th row, I'll show you what to do, which is very, very simple. We're finishing off the heart before we start making each hump. So here is the 12th row. Now I'm counting till when I get to the 6th stitch that I'm going to add in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I'm going to add, and then the other side is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you want to add in 1 loop right in the middle for the 12th row. That's going to be your 6th stitch on one side. So watch what I'm doing. That's 3, that's 4, that's 5. Let's add in 6 right there, right in the middle. Okay, so there's my increase of 6. Now this side, that's 1, the left side now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. There you go. Even number 12th row. Now, if you want to make yours a little bit bigger, you can go ahead and knit for 2 more rows. That's going to increase the size. So if you don't want to increase the size and have it small, medium, then let's get on to making the humps. If you do, then go ahead and knit for 2 more rows at 12 loops. Once you're good, now we're going to start making the hump. And we're going to be making a beautiful curve on the side. So we're going to take 2 loops, immediately take 2 loops on the finger. This is the 13th row or 13, 14, 15. This could be the 16th row for you. If you added 2 more rows, take 2 loops on the finger and pull the working yarn right through. Keep it nice and tight, and then go ahead and knit the remaining 5 loops. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And every time you start a new row now, you're going to be immediately decreasing until we take it down to 1 loop. So now we're starting the new row, immediately decrease, 2 loops on the finger, pull that working yarn through, really squeeze this yarn, the working yarn right through. You want to be knitting super, super tight. And now that's 2, 3, 4. You're going to be noticing a curve on the edge. So you should have 4 loops. Start in the new row, immediately decrease. Keep doing this pattern until you get to 1 loop. We are creating the bump. And then we're going to create the other bump, done. And that was the first half, and then you're going to do an identical half. So it should be looking something like this. You're going to notice a beautiful curve on the side, on the edge line. And then, like I said, keep going. Every time you start a new row, immediately decrease. All the way until you get to 1 little loop. So here you go, guys, 1 loop. Now I'm going to extend this loop, make it a little bit longer, because here is where it can vary. So you're going to want to cut a long tail, because we're going to be weaving this tail going down the side of the heart. Now I advise to watch first. Before you do anything, just watch. Because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be weaving this long tail that you're going to cut from the back stitch, so do a side stitch on the heart and then through the loop. But notice how I'm going to be, you can either lay it down right on top, or you can bend this loop back to come behind the heart, and then you weave the tail. And I'm going to show you what I mean, so please watch before do. So I'm trying to find a nice side stitch that I can weave my tail through and through the loop. So I found a spot, and I'm going to pull the tail coming from behind the heart. So I knit it really tight, guys. I don't want to edit any of this out. I want to show you. Or, do you see how I'm bending it back, pulling it back? Pull that loop back, and then weave the tail through the loop and a side stitch. So that's probably the better option right there, guys, because by laying the stitch right on top, that loop right on top, you're probably going to want to use some hot glue to help completely pin it. So I would pull the loop as you saw me do, pull it from coming behind the heart, and then weave the tail through the loop, through a side stitch, and tug. Just enough to get it to everything kind of secure, lock, flatten, mold. So that's what I'm doing right there. Now I'm going to be taking my tail and weaving it, going all the way down to the point. So I can easily cut the tail off, leave a little tip, and kind of hot glue it down or something, but we're going to weave this tail going all the way down. And this is how we're finishing it off. And what we do to this side, we're going to do to the other side. Make the hump, and then go ahead and do the same thing and weave the tail going all the way down to the point, to that foundation chain tail. And that's it, guys. That's the whole body of our ladybug that is making the heart. So we're going to take it right down there. And then we're going to weave it right through. And so you see right there, that's what I'm talking about. You're probably going to need like a little bit of hot glue or needle and thread to just kind of pin it more secured. That little piece of the loop still right there. And here is where you're going to trim all the excess off. And these little tails at the bottom of the heart, we're going to be hot gluing them to the inside, to the other side, the back side. So now we're going to go ahead and continue on to the other side. Grab your working yarn, 2 loops on the finger, and pull that working yarn right through both of the loops on your finger. So if you can see, we're starting out how we started out with the other side, the other hump. Tiny little tail, because that tiny little tail, we're going to hot glue it right down to the back of the heart, or hand sew it if you want, but hot gluing is fine, guys. You're not going to feel the glue or see it. And continue the same pattern. So you should be down to 5 loops, and every time you start a new row, immediately decrease 2 loops on the finger. Really be knitting tight and just keep going all the way up to 1 loop, and then take that 1 loop, pull it to the side, cut a long tail, weave that long tail coming from the back to the front, through that 1 little loop and through a side stitch, tug, and then be weaving all the way down. So I'm not going to talk, I'm going to let you go and observe. It's the exact same thing, finishing off the heart. So I'm showing you here, you can pull that loop right from the behind and weave the stitch right through. And this is really playing around with it right here, guys, but you can weave the tail from the top to the bottom or from the bottom up. Just kind of feel for where you feel like, okay, I'll do it this way. And then continue weaving that tail, going all the way down, just like the other side, from bottom down, or it's actually considered it's inside out. but like from the bottom down, going all the way down. So it should be looking something like this right here. I think it looks pretty. So this is the first half we did right here. Now, I don't do it on camera. You're going to do the second half. You're going to duplicate this half. Follow the PDF written pattern. But I'm going to go ahead and clean it up with you guys right here. So like I said, we're going to be using hot glue and pinning all these loose ends now to the back of the heart, which is basically going to be inside the plushie. And you're not going to feel any hot glue. It's really inside the plushie. You don't feel nothing, no hardness. So I really recommend it because it's really adding some security right here. So you see, just kind of carelessly just adding a long line of glue, and then right here, that loop right there, I told you, if it's a little loose, which it probably will be, going to use some hot glue and pin it down to the back. Nice, firmly pressed. Done. Secured. Shape looks good. No hard little ball right there, right at top, which normally when you keep decreasing, you weave the tail right through. It's considered inside out through the last loop, but it creates like a little knot, a little ball, and I didn't want that. So right here, finish it off with your 3 tails. Mold it nice and pressed. There you go, done. And you will not feel this glue once again at all. And so go ahead and do your second half. Exactly the same to a T. And just follow the written pattern. And this is one way to do a heart. I think there's like 3 other ways, but this is one way right here. And I like this way right here because you get to sew these hearts together, and you can add like a different color of yarn even. But I want to go ahead and include this part right here on making the polka dots. And I'm trying to do a way that eliminates like making a knot or using hot glue. And basically what I'm doing, I'm taking the faux fur, taking a nice long exaggerated strand, and this is basically like surface crocheting. Now you don't want to touch the tip of any size 6 super bulky because it will split on you or fray on you. And so try not to touch that tip too much. Now do you see what I'm doing? This is considered surface crocheting. It's another technique of hand knitting. And I'm literally just taking this long exaggerated tail and weaving it in and out, up and down, right at the surface. I'm trying to make a dot, the polka dots. And so there you go. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm using faux fur. You can be using the black regular chunky yarn. You can make it even colorful polka dots or something. I think that's pretty neat actually right there. And so I'm just going back and forth here, and I'm trying to make a circle. Yes, it's going to be imperfected. But if you're using faux fur or any kind of teddy bear variation yarn, like faux fur, it's okay if it's an imperfect circle. It's not going to really showcase as that looks horrible. It's going to look really cozy. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to make as best as I can as a polka dot. And so you just keep surface crocheting, and you see how I'm really messing with the shape right there too. So that works. That looks good right there. So now I'm going to cut the excess off, and I'm going to hot glue. Hot glue down these tails where I'm snipping, so it's nice and secured, locked in place. And again, you will not fill the glue. So if you're against gluing, you're not going to fill it at all. And it's going to be really, really secure. So I really highly recommend using a glue gun, hot glue gun. I mean, there's even fabric glue too. But a hot glue gun is just really going to get it on there. And there you go. So I'm really, I'm going to say smushing it. I'm really pressing on it there. Nice and secured here. I don't want this pulling out, because I'm going to be giving this ladybug to my toddlers too. And so there you go. So one polka dot. So make as many polka dots as you want, just for this half, because the other half is going to be using your secondary black yarn, because that's the bottom of the ladybug. But if you want your ladybug to have a white bottom, a beige bottom, maybe even a pink bottom, choose your secondary color. But I go with black. But just one side, the top, the wings part, go ahead and do your polka dots. And so I'm going to go ahead and take you through it again. There is no rhyme, there is no rule when it comes to surface crocheting, especially polka dots. You are truly drawing with yarn. It's truly like a skill in itself, because you're drawing with yarn, you're coloring with yarn. It's a pretty neat technique to add to your hand knitting plushies, because it's basically a decor add-on. And so I'm going to show you too how to use this faux fur to do the split for the wings if you wish to have that. My velvet one, I don't do that. I want the heart to really showcase. So there you go. So again, I'm going to go ahead and cut off and hot glue it down. Generously hot glue it down. Press it, mold it, secure it. Done. So the faux fur was just an added fun addition. I could have just went with regular black chunky yarn, but I wanted a different texture. It's just such a nice, very, very, very soft texture. It's slippery soft. That's what makes it so challenging to finger knit with. But it creates an overall pampered, cozy looking, I want to say product. So there you go. So I'm going to go and add another one. I didn't show that though. It's the same technique. Made this one a little bit bigger. So make your second half. So I do jump ahead. Just pause the video. I go with black. You can go with white, beige, pink. Maybe same primary color red. But I go with black. So it should be looking something like this, guys, right here. Are two identical halves. Now we're going to be sewing them together, hemming them together with chunky yarn. But I'm going to use faux fur, because if you want the split and you want to keep it faux fur, then you're going to start with the faux fur. Now we want the, you see, it's called the correct side, or we want the back side sticking out. We want the correct sides inside. So hopefully I made sense there, guys. Please just be watching the tutorial and you will see what I did right there, because this is how we're going to be sewing them together. Now again, do not touch that tip if you're working with super bulky size 6, or just take regular chunky yarn. I would take the primary color. And now we're going to be pulling a very long, exaggerated strand that will be enough to go all the way around the heart, hemming it, sewing it together. And that's what I'm trying here. We want to start right at the point. This is where the head's going to go, okay? We're going to start right at the point and pull it through both halves. And make sure you have the wrong sides. Both of the halves, wrong sides, sticking out, showing. And now you're going to pull a real exaggerated strand that will... that you're eyeballing it, that will be enough to go all the way around your heart perimeter. Once you feel like you pulled enough, snip it and go ahead and hot glue it. Hot glue it down for security. Or you can even just not hot glue it, leave it dangling. Be careful you don't pull it right out. And when you go all the way around your heart sewing, you're going to come up with the other end and you could just tie them together. But I'm telling you to use hot glue because it's just safer, more secured. It makes it easy when you're pulling on this a strand as you're hemming, sewing the halves together, that this tail doesn't slip right out. Now watch how I do this. I'm going to be going up and down, all the way around. We're going to leave a little bit opening. You want just enough opening to be able to stuff it. So I'm searching for like the side stitches. I'm trying to keep it really much on the edge line. And I'm going to start with going down. Pull it all the way through and you're going to be giving a nice little tug. That's why I said to hot glue down that tail, because here's where you can tug on it. You want to be hemming, sewing these halves nice, snugly tight. Okay, just a little tug. Now we're going to go back up. And you want to be taking stitches that are just really close next to each other, going up and down, and tugging. Because you want a secure close going all the way around your ladybug's body. So I see tug right there. And now we're going to go back down. And I'm trying to keep these stitches close together. I'm trying to do this as secure as possible. So I'm searching with my finger to find these edge stitches. Found some, pulling the working strand right through. And we're going to be tugging. So if you're working with the velvet yarn or faux fur, at some point it's going to split on you. It's going to happen because you're going to be touching that edge, that tail right where it's cut. You just got to work with it. I believe this one did it to me all the way to the end. It started and I just was working with it, and the velvet very much so. A little bit challenging there, but totally worth it. It's a nice tug right there. Going back down. So you're going to keep doing this, going all the way around till you leave a nice, decent opening. Go ahead and stop. And that's where we're going to inside it out, inside our heart out. Correct it. Get the correct sides to be on the outside. And that's when we're going to stuff it. And then we're going to finish off the enclosing. So I hope that makes sense. This is kind of like the long part right here if you do the heart this way, but you get to close it up, and you can use a different color of yarn to, especially if you're gonna use chunky size 7 fluffy yarn, you'll showcase that fluffy yarn. The faux fur, you're not gonna see it. Super bulky size 6, you're not gonna see it as you're going all the way around, because it's thinner yarn. But going to keep observing, going up and down, tugging, keeping these stitches close to each other, going through the next set as close as I can to the previous. And then you're going to leave enough opening for your hand to fit inside it out and stuff it. Especially if you're going to be using poly pellets. Then you want to make sure you have a nice opening, so you can use your poly pellets. And I go over that in the introductory video. Poly pellets, some nylon stockings, double it up, smash it into a nice rounded oval shape circle, and place it in. There you go. So I'm going to keep working with you guys, but I'm going to jump ahead. But like I said, you're just going to keep on hemming it, sewing these halves together until you can leave a nice opening that your hand can fit in. Inside it out and stuff it good. So if you need a big opening, leave a big opening. So right here, you're going to go all the way around, and I'm going to go and jump ahead. So it should be looking something like this right here. I left a nice opening where I'm comfortable, where I can slip my hand in and inside it out. Now watch how I do it. I'm putting my hand all the way in, grabbing it at the corner part and pulling it through. It's almost like you want to be careful when you're doing this, because you don't want to undo some of your work with the hemming, the sewing. But it should be okay. So I got a little bit of tongue twisted right there with my faux fur. So I was kind of like panicking, like, please tell me I didn't get all twisted up. But it should be okay. So there you go. Just tug on it if you need to. Fix it all up. There you go. Now here's where we're going to stuff it really nice. So see that little piece hanging out right there? Don't worry about it. Just push it in. And push it in with some hot glue if you want to secure down anything loose. Now, here's where you're going to be stuffing it. Stuff it really good. Get this perfect heart shape. If you're using poly pellets, I would put in a little bit of stuffing into the corner of the hearts, the corners, the humps. Then put in your poly pellets. Then continue off the stuffing. But really mold this heart shape. Stuffing is such a critical factor, guys, in my opinion and experience. It's the second biggest factor. I'm using Joy Fill from Walmart. It is so spongy soft. It's like so luxurious. It feels like it's expensive polyfill, but it's not. It comes in 12 ounces at let me see, about $8 and some cents. So I don't think that's the worst, but it feels so luxury that I use a lot. And so you really just want to pack it in there. Don't be afraid to use your stuffing. Be squishing down on the heart, as you see me doing. Give it a nice squish. Get this perfect shape. You want your heart to really showcase, especially if you're not going to be doing the split for the wings. Now, like I want to show right here, guys. You see how it split it? So I'm just going to keep working with it. It becomes a little bit more challenging. But now we're gonna go, I'm going back up. It's okay if you forgot, if you need to go back up or go back down, continuing the pattern, hemming it, sewing it. Just close it up now. It's gonna be a little bit tough because of the polyfill. You're gonna be really like tugging and pulling through these stitches. But there you go. So I'll let you continue watching without me talking. This is where you can keep adding more fluff, defluff, smash it. Get that perfect shape. You know, you want a really pretty heart to showcase. So I'm coming up right to the end, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue on doing my last hemming, sewing the halves. Now, please go ahead and observe this part first. If you want to do the split for the wings, if you don't, here's where you could tie a knot, multiple knots, tuck it in. I would use some glue, guys, even though the head's just gonna go right there, or just tuck it all in. Now you see that little hole right there, guys? I'm not worried about it because doing the wings is going to cover it up. If the split for the wings. If you're not going to do the split for the wings and you have a little gap right there, just stick in the same piece of color yarn with some glue, and you won't know that the glue is right there. Just be real careful, keep it on the polyfill. But I want to show you right here. If you want to do the split, now I'm going to go ahead and continue on pulling now this long strand to get it right aligned, right in the middle. You want to get this working yarn aligned right in the middle. And it is totally split on me here, guys. So I'm going to go and chop it off because it's just too difficult to work with. So I got a fresh piece, not split. Let's try to keep it like that. And here is where we're going to surface crochet the illusion for the split for the wings. And you're going to be taking idly, you want to take some horizontal stitches. If you can't, take a vertical stitch, and this is a vertical right here. You're gonna pull a loop, okay? Pull a loop, like that can fit about 2 fingers worth. And now, watch what I'm doing here. Going to find, I'm trying to get a horizontal stitch, but if you can't, get a vertical stitch going down. So I'll just take that vertical stitch right there, pull another loop, about 2 fingers worth, and I'll take that loop you just did and pull it through the previous loop. Surface crochet, that's what it's called. This is what it's called. So I'm going to continue it again. Vertical or horizontal stitch, pull the working yarn right through, and take that loop you just made and pull it through the previous loop. And this is how you can do the split. So there's a horizontal stitch right there, and now it should be even more easier. Pull the working yarn right through, and then pull that loop you just made through the previous loop, going all the way down. And so this is really going to give it the ladybug look. But if you want that strong Valentines or for like Mother's Day look, don't mess with the heart and just leave it as is, as I do with the velvet one. I really want the heart to just showcase. This is just adding extra to it. So I'm pulling it through here. Pull that loop now I just made through the previous loop. That's it. And again, this is called surface crochet, where you are truly designing with yarn. You're drawing with yarn, you're coloring with yarn. And that's it, guys. So I'm going to take it all the way down to where I have that gap. And I'm going to show you that if you do have a gap and you're doing this extra part right here, I'm going to show you how to close up this gap. If you're not doing this extra part and you have a gap, just cut a same piece of color of yarn, apply a line of hot glue on the polyfill, and go ahead and mold that piece right down on the gap. And it'll cover it up effectively without needing to fill glue. So here's what I want to show you. That nice gap I got right there. I'm going to take a stitch coming across from the gap on the other side. Pull the faux fur right through, make a loop, and pull that loop now through the previous loop. And that will seal up the gap. So it's a little bit tight here. And once you're done, so I took it all the way down right at the top of the heart, right where the bottom of the ladybug is. So cut a couple of inches tail, and we're gonna weave this tail now, for it's considered inside out, through the loop and lock it down. Done. Tuck all this in to your plushie, and I would use hot glue wherever you tuck in your tails. It's just such a good security habit. You're not going to feel it. You see how I tucked it all in? Well, I'm going to go extra mile, because it doesn't matter how tight you tuck it in. With toddlers, they're throwing it up in the air. It's going to come out. So I'm going to take the secondary color, because that's what it's coming on. You know, I poked in the hole right about the black part. Stick in my glue gun, bring a little bit of glue to the surface, just a little bit. I don't want to feel no glue. And push in that same color piece that I cut. Mold it nice and done. No, you cannot feel the glue. Molded it nice in, and it's so secured, so much better secured. And there you go. So this was part 1. I hope it was easy, and either you have the split for the wings or you have a beautiful heart showcasing. This is it. Part 2 is completing our ladybug, which is just the head, guys, and adding legs as option, but for sure the feelers, which is foundation chains. Really simple pattern here, and you can do the intarsia method to do 2-tone or 1 solid primary color. Make it pure black to make it like a real ladybug. But there you go, guys. So it should be looking something like this, and we are pretty much half done with it.